It is our moye. Na me see MPP for yan kwasiafo ntino me nya obia mane meye minister emame. Asemon kasa me
I've done my best, but I still have one more task to do. And that is, with all my strength, all my energy, to help the new flag bearer, to help Mamadou Bawumia win the election of 2024. Ghana cannot afford the return of the NDC, especially under the leadership of John Dramani.
Under my administration, there will be no taxes on digital pay. The e-levy will therefore be abolished.
Mona Mokofa Bawumia to cabinet now sign out you Osio, Ekufuado with Jimmy on the debate into no bow become Uji Bawumia di.
Bawumia person no I've been chill for that. He's different from Nanado.
Agyapong Kruma, you pass the e-levy no. Dear no bekai. Bawumia was instrumental in drafting e-levy tax.
Anra, ne bo fuse ya say tam. Abakwe, wadwa Kufuado wadwa because Bawumia want to establish that he is a man abaded to me amobiena. Now so we mistake say a year or two ago or you not say I will come out now I will say when I become president I'm going to win a flag.
I'm telling media be kind of crash. Is I will be operate with the assumptions. Go Casa Crano because I don't know that I am comfortable working with party people. Said your name is and someone as someone said was here cardiac to papanos. A party already know your statement is paving way for a group easily. Maminka, who bought to the Cosa Country. I have to let him know. I have to let Bawumia know that Papano is causing damage to him. Because he said the best man. No. Into your man. Now, where the best man, there's already chief of staff. Send you about permanent people. Hey, Obia. Hey, some said, no, make a Obia, no, so one, you know, one free no one. Your Bama woman revenge. Sir, I tell for power is still with Bawumia. La la la. What? For him to make that statement against MPP people? Yani di yankwasi for any majuma. Yanko school denti. Go fire. President Ekufuado rampasa wakaza. Hey. Nana ntuminka. No kasa pa. Nana kasa untumi nyaso sesa. Me kachira. Say nana tumi kachira MPP for say. We don't deserve jobs in this country. Nana, you can't choose president.
Man said, when Mahama, media no crazy in Lumumpa, and I can Agyapong or my NDC ammunition, NDC for Muntikuruma. When the man said, say, when your fundamentals are weak, your exchange rate will expose you. When he was saying that $1 was 4 cedis, and the current DC for say 3 cedis, 80 pesos. And today, 11.5. The rate of depreciation. What are we going to say? And media baby no credit be aniaka. Neither you are unfairly or a mate.
But the failure near the MPP party.
But a basa digital dia unkasa MPP. I know there you take credit. A basa bibi dia who say now a mate. Please, you see, I don't want individual, but media means so way. Because I was expecting the year 2016, or kind economy was a year, and compensation see our call round to make economy was. He talks about digital. Let me tell you something. Make Western North, tie, economist, Muntie, tomato seller is the best economist I've ever seen. One polling station woman organizer catching say, Honorable, maybe one man into about. Namsu wade. Was it first, a bucket of tomatoes and namito, 10 cedis. And then the same quantity, no, maybe 50 cedis. Me get to the ashi, into me jumanye, me tifie. Economist Ben Echewi, he's been able to analyze it. The cost of 10 cedis tomatoes about 3 years ago now is 50 cedis. And she needs more money to go and buy. She doesn't have it into her TV. Sa mami we. Wakoto ba, does she understand the guitar? No. Please, mumi yanka no kure. I'm painful bi o maye yentia. O mani guy jata ba nanum. Still, mo pesa mo di yansa koshem.
E-levy, bet tax and emission tax as president. Or see a tumana. Tiabia. Mahmoud Bawumia said, ye jimintian tumana ni tumana or kasim yachre ye just near fantumano or so ba e-levy no rankasa edeba yano or so ba abolish it yet ha near him e-levy bia me no ne wa wote santasia wudi matem wa wote kwabere wudi matem wa wote bekwa wudi matem onti e-levy da yet ya Bawumia makofa e-levy ba say e-levy ni de ene the best of your problem nyina wasa da no ho ka che se kufu ado ejimi ene okofa e-levy ba no ne de oba obetwa e-levy nim yatia ne ani bibia fa tax bet tax ana bet tax ne ani na boy si kwa no makotwa mo bet na ma jom sika tax da so motua wie dada yesi tax foforo bia ba mo na mokofa ba omi ate cabinet na o sign na ogitu mu o se o ekufu ado ejimi on na de ba into no ba obetwam ujiba omi adi o se o inwusie tax ya ba na nsen ya emission tax ye ko discuss na cabinet o not obi ena ode nsa sha ase oba o se o montuma na obetwam odwese mu ejimi Sanfe mu te politics na se. Mahmoud Bawumia time pass e-levy mate se MPP4 kan sembi Bawumia na e-levy non support hwade wa ha. Yeah, the fact ni nyina kiremo. This is the information minister of Ghana. His name is Kojo Oponkruma. Kojo Oponkruma ye pass e-levy no. Dia na obekan ye we na ye aban dia ano one ne kasama aban eko cabinet meeting or team or say Bawumia was instrumental in drafting e-levy tax. Kojo Ponkruma, ye nyom ko cabinet meeting ni wo on the wo kasama aban no. Oba bontin be ka kire say Mahmoud Bawumia vice president no. Ye drafting policy e-levy abeje taxes we ho no. Ono na draft ye. E de na Bawumia be ka kire say Kuford we Jimmy or the e-levy aba ono ba obetwam. Bawumia to me solve a problem. Alan could chomanteka chose Bawumia wa bon Bawumia ni anything newer and the Alan or the Alan a prophet because Alan the Bawumia tna cabinet da we see the numasem onim the level of Alan Bawumia the highest level of thinking. Alan could chomantin only Bawumia ye juma 8 years onim Bawumia level of thinking onim the standard. Alan could chomantin say Bawumia onye nipa bi obetuma aboa Ghana na adwene wo form wa bre mo pam no and omo ka say Bawumia e-levy no nka ho Kojo Oponkruma bekache 2022 official statement. Mahmoud Bawumia krata na yede eto so di e-levy be PS no. Ono na chichire krata no. Ono na keka bomu. Inta yede na mokache se Bawumia nim. Mahmoud Bawumia omo ankasa general secretary John Boedu beka se Bawumia fully supports e-levy. Akwa we jina se monto abamana no betwa e-levy mo oboa. Ope vote. Odu so we Jimmy. So you see Bawumia contradicts himself because he's a pathological liar or you're true for on kanokre. Or just some Jimmy to set time 2012, 2013, 2014. Or just some Jimmy, or just say, yeah, I want to radio. I'm on bed, and a dahodo, Bawumia, and the e-levy bar.
And in some way, and I can teach FIFA, and so Akasa watches, and another Danko Fado, yen who know, ewo. Nelson Yeridia, na oh, and Danko Fado, and a bonus sukra, Dr. Bawumia, some now you can say, or no, a different from another Danko Fado, and Unti, Katajev reactia. Now, the
Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. The argument I've heard, they say, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia so about e-levy. And e-levy, when you want to now buy the buy and the fire here, Yanko Constitution, Constitution, they say, there shall be an executive power which shall be vested in the president. And Robi Musa said, "Dear Tina Kufado ama baby, Dr. Bawumia ye no. Dear Tina Kufado ama ho. Mumia Musa said, "Dear Tina Kufado ama ho." If said Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and the Chidini, now we call launching the campaign. Dr. President Kufado must be there.
Exactly.
Why was he not there?
Precisely.
Is he angry? Nebu afuana. Nebu na funi ya diya. Then the argument people advance is that, and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia said, when you Kufado nyagin wo e-levy one, na esan kwa reside dada. But what kind of logic is this? When you are part of a government, now when the government ne nyagin, now we are going to say you go head to head with the government. when everybody knows what government means, aban, if we are saying na aban timi nyano so best some be ma abo ba, no asa oba ko be ma na kuom timi ye. And government is so powerful, say. So Dr. Muhammad Bawumia ye na so be resign or go head to head with government come back crash no.
Exactly.
We know they will come at him with every arsenal, and they would have made sure say he won't win and yet the MPP flag bearership. And then he has tactically won the MPP flag bearership. Akufo-Addo will have no control over him.
Exactly.
And he says that I have a mind of my own. We are not discussing whether or not you walk but that logic say is it not a known fact that Dr. Muhammad Bawumia stated publicly say no e-levy wunyaya akompreso wakaro kwam se vacancy also he doesn't believe that they must be taxed. Nasi wakokachi Akufo-Addo say, Mr. President, e-levy I'm a friend. I am the one that has been given executive power and I have the control over. You can only go and sit down. Yanti Kroma nebe ye known fact say under the mills. Now kwaku anyu do humuni buoma jomama. Is it not a known fact?
Exactly.
From the corridors of power, we heard it. Adana jomama resign. Because to me, dear wisdom, a tact. Me say a grofona is a one combative beyond. Because I realize that when you go head to head with government too much, they have the resources.
Exactly.
They have the media. They have the people. They will crush you. So sometimes you must shrewdly. The key word here is shrewdly. Shrewdly approach power. So you will live with them. You don't agree with some of the things they do. But it's not all the time that you become combative. And then Dr. Muhammad Bawumia to me as the flag bearer of the NPP. And now he's saying that one idea about what he thinks government should be and governance should be. Mommy analyze it, you walk on about the argument say, yeah, a buying a yard being SN resign. Now your mama resign under President Mills. President Mills, the first time at your mama the podium, was say, I have directed that, I have instructed that, I have directed that, I have again, President Mills, the Mama Makasa have directed that, I've instructed that, directed, because the executive power was not resting on him.
Exactly.
Oh, let me say,
sir.
The executive power. Akufo-Addo near executive power. And Akufo-Addo memo kankai. Na we no me say yana me blaming Krofo.
Sir,
na your mama do be nyina yakai. Except that Akufo-Addo buy wa huru ni fita.
Sir.
Say corruption e dey board your mama. And Akufo-Addo na buy corruption and what thing. Eti na huru your mama de no. So it becomes a lesser of the two evils.
Exactly.
Is it true, Sir Dr. Muhammad, about me or bet me a e-levy? That is a conversation we must have. Obi promises me ba es gracia make him. Is it true so bet me es gracia? That is a conversation we must have.
Exactly.
But this conversation about Swania buying and Yagin as a resign for me,
it's a no.
A no.
Ananya watem di na udie na bema meja de mekano who watem di necessary
in internet emba bibi
na we kura wo moyi woni akukuduro we do di atama woni akukuduro Dr. Muhammad Bawumia you the flag bearer was wo ba e-levy obetwam obetwam
ono so akere na dwen di
what kire yes e-levy no wompe ye nyina ya we Emma make catch them say do baby can for the na na vice president. Akufo-Addo won't hear. Akufo-Addo won't hear. Enra de entia wa ma ayina say sa nyoma ya wo mutworo say mu say ye kwa 11 no ye na onya adwire betwam. You were shedding at the mama you going to say this in public? Are you going to say this in public? Are you going? Anything wa ma ho no. De entia wa ma ho no. And Bawumia want to begin to show that he is a clear man of his own.
Exactly.
Yatu Kroma na 2000, ye catch a man for say. Professor Mills Seba obey a puppet of a JJ Rollins.
Sir.
Now Professor Mills obey a puppet of JJ Rollins. John Mahama Kurana JJ Rollins in the sword and sir, and in the bar politics him. When you to me, JJ Rollins was nowhere. Exactly. He was not listening to him.
Freedom.
And for you to think that Wobakura wa no general here ne wone na ha na nim so ofiamoy. Watching a general benye to me. Me to be in control no.
Exactly.
Nanya Kufuor na ma Kufuor attorney general. Enya Kufuor na ma Kufuor minister of foreign affairs. And they were kasem wontie. Eti musa we mirakisia yakwa one the NDC strong power me no ka say wo frame to so say ka de jijade oge sa mirakisia yakwa me chiawo asante aguna kigiriki me chiawo esa we will analyze now say ampanyampa say the logic is that my consider Dr. Muhammad Bawumia because one the boss by and the boss a failure 2012, Obian himself President Mills a co-election and Kobelusu.
Exactly.
A memo for President Mills Bebuye.
Freedom.
Nanipa the way and connect yourself.
Precisely.
One woman himself President Mills yet no 2012 election and Kobelusu.
Sapepepe.
Etinado do no akra gidi say yeah utimi say nkrofobia say ye say and the my ekoye say enyesa.
Sapepepe.
Enyesa.
Sapepepe.
But President Mahama bai regardless of the failure of the boss. Ano baba yebi. Onu amu yamani be yebi. Onu baba yebi no so. Ankusiaga. Media kaminya ya pa ko mienu nyina no. Yempe bola bi. Na mom se yepese select ba kopa. De yama ne second in command. Na Ankusiaga. Near man first in command, Uncle Siaga. And the Yaman is second in command, Uncle Siaga. Near Yaman first in command. It is the people to decide.
Sapepepe.
Nakufather Naye.
Sir.
Nakufather Naye.
Why be you?
Why be? I'll go and trigger in the trigger cracky. Why be pa? What just a missing and Rawama? And Ra, Nebu Fusa ya said Tam. I'm a quick. What Kufford were just well, just because Bawumia want to establish that he is a man of his own, and it's a fact. Now, they did to me, I'm Biena. Now, so where your mistake is, a year or two ago, or you're not just I will come out now. I will say when I become president, I'm going to win a flag bearership. Go win it. Aguvaro, already one thing he doesn't joke with disloyalty.
Exactly.
The entire woman ministers yatina home fear bebreno is because the ministers are loyal to him, whether they are performing or they are not performing. He understands how to hold power. He does not understand how to use the power, but he understands. So when you're 2 years, said you see Kuramunie, Yadem Crofua, or more Edjudi, so Kofiko Akuses, watching up the same behavior Kufadwa, Kofiko Akutue, when him finance one way, as you say, me to me, Nampasame Bohom by Padium, the Kofiko Akubeto, a year a Krobodusa style. Aye. But we know you're one of the best ministers at President Nkrumah have.
Exactly.
Ed Kofiko Akuse Wanko school. But I dream more Bob and Pesem hold it to me. I will give him power. On MJ. Eti yeah analyze it. Enra me Dr. Bawumia has been smart. If indeed Akufo-Addo wanene nyadwene enye bi ho and yet o keep it quiet. Now one go head to header. That means he's been smart there. Now it's up to us to analyze the things that MPP and NDC are saying. And your man now 24 way chumberi mebe we said we see aka na no atu enkosi hwe me madwene ni enkosi hwe some tennis wani wa wonu bibi abeka bibi analyze the issues on them je ya analyze the issue no 11 obetimi atwam ontimi ntwam. These are the conversations we must have. And this election that year kono omumu bia de bibia to wa we must critically analyze it. Critically.
Efia Pokuya Vim lady enso a react a oche se ono wakapen se eye se Dr. Bawumia kire se o different from eye Nana Danko Akufo-Addo. Enye sa Ghana fo nyini ntum ne no ena opufu se o different from Nana Danko Akufo-Addo. Ni entie kakra Efia Pokuya Vim lady e kan ye emra ye ba ye beto aso.
And you see, you can tell Bawumia person use Sadia way to say that I am not Nanado. Although you can still see the equity because Bawumia started, now a lot of Niama or canning as we running 24 hours. digitization 24 hours. Passport office, ASA, where you send this 24 hours. Yeah, wait 24 hours. Those ones you could tell sir, is directed at Bahama. But it's not surprising. This is the style that has been the style between Bawumia and Mahama all the way from 2012, 2016, LPC 2020. It has always been on a way incompetent. And Mahama to me, and I say it has always been that. So I'm not surprised about the initial one. No? And they said, yeah, after open Mahama Kutia say, yeah, 24 hours. So, but then the key things are a complete breakaway from President Ekufuado position, which is what the Bawumia can say. Electricity now, more the VAT. Bawumia say, on only vision you be here for. That's a complete departure from the Nanado one. I think that Sanyama way or Kayena, for instance, he spoke about Minerals Bank, Minerals Development Bank, which is something different. It has never been mentioned under President Ekufuado. Again, that is something that I feel that Bawumia person to show that he's different from Nanado. Because you said, over all these years, accusation back on NDC for Bawumia and so on and so Nanado. When I hear vice president, when I hear chairman of economic management team, there are not mistakes, be your mistake. But you can see it, all these things are Bawumia. Of a sort, I am different. Perhaps Bawumia person the say that no can offer and another a buying. Only 2 electricity no his hand was not in it. Would it any other can hear Papa Potty? On only time a VAT on electricity will be removed. By construction, I mean, how I deduce it is that Bawumia person say VAT no and another are binding out 2 electricity no cross on Bawumia on the get. I think this is what Bawumia Crawford has been saying from beginning. Say, and you have the Kosovo MPP are headed by another Bawumia and only Yadi, but politically who say Bawumia cannot come out and say that new Abai Yadi. Because if you look at even Mahama. Atameo Sabay. A lot of the things that went on in Atameo Sabay. At that time, Mahama was vice president and head of economic management team. But Mahama was not aware. I can tell you for a fact. Busa Kokwa, will tell you for a fact that under Atameo's government, there were so many things Mahama didn't know. They did not make him party to it. And the politics now be and I say, but the truth of the matter is, President Otia Konyaso, why you vice president, I mean, the history of Ghana under Rawlings, we saw Anaka, but under Rawlings, there was a vice president called Nkense Aka. He disagreed so vehemently with the President Rawlings at the time, to the extent of Aka. Why not to tell Mahama vice presidential a position? And I want to say, Bawumia, he came out openly to disagree with Rawlings at a time when everybody was scared of Rawlings. And what did he get? According to Anwar Aka, we don't know if it is true, but according to Aka, there were occasions when his disagreement with Rawlings even meant Yamahando and Kakai, Pep and Kaka, ABC born, Asuma was not in cabinet, but these are reports. Obia, when you Kakre Bia, Oko 40 and 40, Onim said these are reports that we all heard at the time, yes, but we heard it. Say, I can't say Rawlings and Botasum almost here showing his shoulder, ABC and Bono. So Bawumia by this is trying to say that Esnome and Esnom Nanado. Nanado may agree, but politics in Tino, me to me, my bonte because of the kind of politically suicidal, ABC that. Now, even Mahama and the Atamos could not openly disagree with him. A lot of the things here, journalists, funny, I didn't need him say. The other person, even Kokumu team, no, we're fighting Mahama. But some of me, will come and say some things. But on him said, there was a big gap between the Mahama vice president and his team and Atamos and his team. To the extent that, no more Mahama and Popo and Juman more here. So that is just to show you what Bawumia was trying to communicate. Then Bawumia said that jobs, national service, clearly again, that is one thing about Bawumia person on the say. So me and I saw a Nanado or see national service a optional says or no optional, which is that any by force or national service. Say who here university now be a Juma any by force or national service. And he says according to his vision, this is how obey media attract employers. na employers aba because ko approach America yi any UK school for the years for there job first aye wo school enti adwuma for no be fa workers ho but according to Bawumia ne strategy national service nti no company bebre person on be fan crofo because on himself obe be national service anyway. Again, this is something that he says that making national service optional is also to show you say Esnome and Esnon Anado. His team has really worked to the team normal game by him. Make the other parts, no, but I think you see, Brofu say they're gonna yati diao. Brofu say very juicy policies. Any other so say see Bawumia, you know, it is incumbent on Bawumia team say, persuasive. No man can't Ghana for not to Ghana for dream. Say yes, indeed, we are here to do the job, and we are here to persuade you. Say we can do the job because Monday they can send me Chelsea. I know I say I'm going to be upon the second time, and I know why he. Before was a problem. No, say so. Baby, a incumbent case over America. Joe Biden. No, what channel say incumbent case. Ebi, yano. Ebi na FSC MP before no. So now, also we double the work to convince Ghana voters or my because jobs in the anywhere. And some of the things that Bawumia can Galamsey Asemia, Osha 2016 in 2020, Galamsey was a key issue. MP before lose most of the Galamsey areas. Bawumia say, Omoba, Omodi Galamsey Krabeka TV, no, Omo certificate. Now what they will do is abandon the mines, no mines now, Omotumu go there now. Omo for say, I abandon, Omo now the Ama Galamsey for no man regulated. Into what TVET skills now and human certificate can one. Now they are not all this abandoned minds now. Galamsey for now or my Juma as a way to regulate them again. This is something that is completely opposite the Ekufado Aka. Over the years, Ekufado by in Anka Webida. Again, Bawumia one person or the and also say, I am different from Ekufado. That's what he wants to show. I am different from Ekufado. That's one of the things that Bawumia wants to show. You can see any team, no. Some and that. Mama didn't go for Bawumia, and I think that is why opposition a strong is good. When an opposition is effective, they force you to think. And you can see Aduma Bawumia for they've been thinking. They've been thinking. Mama call for now or more a run for their money. And this 2024 elections, it will be good, but it's also going to be based on ideas. Just a young voters refuse to listen to these things here mocking. Because a lot of the things that Bawumia can people, I felt like he's talking about a lot of ordinary voters' heads. And so because digitization, I thought baby warma, then he saw kind of baby because he focus on the things that make you unique, which is the now national service there, or gold for a year, first gold for oil, no. And I have now come to understand it kind of a little bit more than usually. Now party communicators, they were all not explaining it well because according to Bawumia, we are gold for oil as a way to stem city exchange rate. Because the exchange rate, Bawumia had a background on NDC for facing. NDC will never stop talking about city exchange rate because on one Bawumia so the city exchange rate will boil this so now because NDC lose 2016, and one of the things NDC lose 2016 is city exchange rate. And the NDC no surprising. I know my NDC was so Bawumia manatete. Say masa the city has exposed you. And one of the things that Bawumia is saying is in order to ensure say dollar no ko abroach bebre na for pressure. And to Ghana see the exchange rate to Zuntino. Send ye dollar bekwakoto crude oil no. Ye gold no mum ebeto. Now see almost starting to omo ya kakra no. So far gold omotimi anya 2.79, which is almost $3 billion. You are calling the IMF. I look at conditionalities IMF for the Maye. Meanwhile, not saying it can be a more at Ghana just because a conquer for bottom. Again, this is also to show you about Bawumia watches our being child. Okay, no frata. Tieripa. Baby, I didn't also Bawumia so say what being child can frata. Because if gold for crude oil, now we can be able to retain dollar. Nanka first again gold never go to dollar. But because he retaining gold, we have been able to hold gold reserves. I'll say 26,000 tons, 26 tons on Bank of Ghana. What did they come to Bekanwa? Total, we have 2.79, which is almost 3 billion here. And this and he even emphasizes say Senke started gold for oil that Ghana. Your gold reserve your bewono a chain on him Queen Elizabeth. Now no ya wahaya before Queen Elizabeth bewu omukwa gold reserve, British gold reserve, na chain the whole room. And your room for rooms gold and Ghana your gold coast no. Any gold betting cry. So I feel and more building again. I make sure say Bawumia person chess or no, I've been chill for that. I've been he's different from Nanado. And to me and fan and that is something a homeworker. But I make say Bawumia the homework back on no. He needs to prove to Ghana for say he's different from Ekufuado. And yes, sir, Ekufuado failure to fight corruption. Man, they say me catch him say a ban of corruption Kwandia Ekufuado